Sounds like a really bad joke, and we're doing it, so there. Okay, I think we're live. A dwarf and a goose walk into a bar, so that's pretty epic. So, yes, we'll keep it that way. So we can find it, test the sound on it. Okay, sound testing, I should get feedback. Okay, sound testing, I should get feedback. Yay, we're live. Okay, good. Sound testing, I should get feedback. Yay, we're live. Okay, good. Someone else say something so I can have another test. We're live. Okay, good. Someone else say something so I can have another test. We're live. Okay, good. Someone else say something. That worked? Okay, good. So we're broadcasting on that. Why did that pause? There it goes. Okay. So does all systems go? We're awesome. Oh, heck, I still got the Nisa Borges. Yeah, I got all you guys on that thing. I gotta get that off of there. All right, you guys amuse yourselves. I'm gonna figure that out.
You don't save videos by the looks of it.
Some are. There's 2 up available you can watch now.
Oh, I mean, there's one Friday Fest, and we've been streaming how many times?
Yeah, I know, but no, I haven't been. But I should have been, because some of those are pretty fun too. But you're right, I haven't been. I should have been. So my bad on that. Lost forever. So sad. All right. So I'm going to grab the extensions and try to disconnect the thing I've got on there. Let's see. I think I need to do that through this. Well, that didn't work. There it is. Finally found it. Okay, good. Alright, I think I got it. Okay, so that's killed now, so that's good. Alright, you guys still there?
Yep.
Perfect. Alright, so you guys are in that wonderful seaside tavern, which is a good thing. You can see let's see, can you see it? I think so. Yeah, you can see it down there. It's got that kind of swampy area around it visible, which is kind of fun. So, while you're there, and I got the nice firelight working here, so let's have that flickering. So, I added the menu on there. Also added a board with some jobs on there, too. So, feel free to browse through that. That's also posted in the Discord on there. So, a few interesting things on that, I think. And while you guys are there, and eating the fish, drinking the ale, especially the dwarf, because he's got that condition, I should say. Then, we'll jump in and start talking about other stuff that happens on this. So while you're there and just kind of relaxing around and enjoying the ambiance of the whole place, and this will be the next day because otherwise you guys would be too beat up, I think. So the next day out, you guys are all fine. And in walks this guy, and immaculate white on. He's got the cape, and he's just dressed really, really fancy. He's got the hat at kind of a rakish angle, but everything about him is dressed in white, just like pressed linen, very smooth white. Not t-shirts, just really nice pressed linen white. He's got nice white leather boots on. He comes in, he sits down, he snaps his fingers, and the waitress comes rushing over to help him. The very nice waitress from the night before. He orders something, and then he procures from his coat pocket, which he opens up, and presents a wand, pulls out, again, a thin white wooden wand and sets it on the table. And he sighs. He says, if anyone wishes to take this up, I weary of it. And he looks around the table a bit nervously. And people
What's
look
his
over,
race?
but no one give up. He is human. He's about a middle-aged human. Maybe a little bit older. Looks like me. So, yeah, except he's got the white everywhere. And he just kind of puts on the table, says, if anyone wishes to take over, please do so.
I'll walk over and inspect the stick. My
Okay.
sir, what a magnificent stick you have here.
Roll a percent, see what you get. Higher is the better. If you have skills like detect things or inspection or whatever, then that can definitely go higher too, like plus 10, plus 20. But just do a regular roll. And the Almighty Goose was a 64. It looks like a stick. It doesn't look magic to you, but there's no way for you to tell offhand. But it looks like a very nicely carved wand of some type.
What an elegant stick. I would be happy to take it off your hand.
It says, if you can do it honor. You can work magic, Miss Goose. Can you not?
I hit things with my stick and they collapse. That is very magical.
He kind of smiles a bit. The ale is served at this point. He takes a moment to drink it down and says, that is a very good and sometimes very noble thing to do, depending on who is on the receiving end of that rather significant stick of yours, but this is for mages. This is for those that work magic. I fear you do not qualify, Miss Goose. It has been good to know you. This
I raise
kid...
my stick slightly.
Does it work for an ale mage? I don't know, you can try it. You raise your stick slightly, like in a menacing fashion.
No, it's only 10% on that. It's like, there's no way I get that.
Who knows? Who knows? So, he's kind of giving his condolences to the goose. And this kid runs up, this teenager guy goes and says, hi, mister, I can do it! And the kid reaches for it. And the guy just watches. And the kid grabs it and stands back a few paces like he's afraid he's going to be chased.
Can I pick his hand?
Can you what?
I pick his hand.
Pick his hand? Oh, peck. Roll an attack. The Mighty Goose attacks. The Mighty Goose misses. Boom, peck goes wide. He goes, hey! You're my first target then! I'm going to turn you into a toad! And he actually makes the noise, trying to do magic on you. And absolutely nothing happens. He goes, what? This is worthless! He tosses it back on the table and goes walking off. The mage
Can I
just kind of
catch the stick?
sighs. If you want to, roll higher the better. Are you doing that too, dwarf?
I'll try next. Yeah, the dwarf will try using ale magic with it next.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you're going to grab the stick?
Like, with my beak.
Okay, but I mean the dwarf was reaching for the stick too?
After the goose is done with it.
Okay, so the goose grabs the beak. Maybe Goose rolled a what? 40?
40.
It's not bad. Goose grabs the stick, snaps it out of the air. Goose now has the stick in the mouth. Sounds painful.
What a nice stick.
Woof,
And I'll waddle back
woof.
over to the door.
Oh, God! The magic user obviously saying there always, excuse me, Miss Goose, Miss Goose, Miss Goose. A stick is not for you.
That anyone could take the stick.
Anyone
I have
can,
taken the stick.
but very few can use it. Very few can control the power. And you, my dear Goose, are not one of them. Replace the stick.
I am almighty. I am the mother of sticks.
He sighs rather heavily, says, Miss Goose, do not force me to make you return it.
Are you going back on your word? How
What word,
unsightly.
Miss Goose?
You said anyone could take the stick.
If they can use it, Miss Goose, you cannot use it.
You did not say that originally.
This table of dwarves on the other side starts kind of laughing a bit. So she's got a point, mister. The guy goes, I'm sorry for any confusion. I mean you no ill will, but you must return the wand now to the table.
It is my wand, you said.
Enough! He rises, flips back his cloak all fancy. There's a bit of a sparkle of little white stars that flicker upwards from his whole body and his outfit. That's very well, Miss Goose. Your last chance.
The dwarf will say, Miss Goose, I think it's best to avoid having a magical fight within the pub.
Good point. It would be a shame if this pub were destroyed. They have excellent service in here. Here, you take the stick and I'll throw it at the dwarf.
Oh god. The dwarf. Oh, that's funny. Okay, dwarf. Goosey just kind of tossed a kind of saliva-covered stick toward you.
Alright, I guess I catch it then.
You do, yes.
Alright, can I try to see if I can use it?
Yeah, give it a shot. You have magic. Try to use your magic.
Oh, Jesus, it's a 10%.
Roll it.
Oh no!
That's such a bad. You're trying to make someone drunk. Who are you trying anyway? Has to have a target.
I'll try it on him. Why
On
not?
him. Oh wow. Okay, trying him. He's kind of sighs. Master Dwarf, I see you're at the beginning of your magical journey, but you are not yet ready. And he holds out his hand for the stick. Just kind of waits there,
The
palm
dwarf
upward.
handed.
He takes this. Thank you. You're a noble man. Perhaps after you've practiced some more with whatever it is you were trying to do, then return. Yes. He kind of smiles benignly. This is kind of sighs, sits down there, puts a stick on the table again. As a little bit of time goes by, and he kind of sits there and has another mug of ale. A few other people around the bar as well. There's also the job board there. And as the fire is flickering and everyone's kind of meeting for this evening, because we're going to go ahead and do it evening, a couple more people come wandering in. And this is essentially what you guys know to be elves. And 2 elves come in. A male and a female. And they see the guy there with a stick on there. And they go over and they start talking to him. And both the elves are armed. And light armor on them. And the elven guy goes, I should like to try. And he picks it up. And he's basically looking around kind of hesitant on his magic. And he talks back and forth. Are you guys trying to listen to the conversation?
Oh yeah. Goose
Roll it!
wants
Higher the
stick.
better. Let's see what you get. Goose wants stick.
I'm just eyeing the stick this whole time.
Yeah, we got a few words. Higher the better, higher the better.
You got a
62.
What did Dwarf get? Oh, 60. Okay, Dwarf can hear more of it. Basically, he's asking, and so most of the magic I know I'm studying is designed to end people, and I don't want to test it in here. So I see. This is a qualm indeed. Maybe something will present itself. And so he's looking around, kind of looking for a target on that. And he invites the 2 of them, the elves, to sit with him. So that's the male human in white, the wand on the table, and 2 elves who are eager to test out the magic as well, but don't dare because they don't want to hurt anybody in its testing. So starting to get a small table of that. There is another table where some cards are going on. It looks like there's a card game there with those nice round cards you find on these parts. And there is another table with an elf and 2 dwarves. And the elf is kind of telling some story to the 2 dwarves on that. Meanwhile, some guy comes in, and he's a bit dusty. He's not a very tall guy. He's a bit dusty, and he's got the cloak on. He's kind of just dusting himself as he comes into the bar, and he's like, he's trailed by a minotaur, a full-out minotaur. The minotaur lowers his head, comes into the place, on the wood. The bartender girl is the server girl comes rushing over. Oh, sir, your hostess, please walk gently. He's like, oh, right. So she sets him down. Now this traveler guy who orders meat and fish. And he looks over to the wand. And he kind of addresses in general, just kind of looking around at the whole bar. He says, well, what on earth is that? Why is a wand sitting on a table? And the mage who's using it is sitting back there doing nothing. What are you up to, sir? And he kind of yells back, I'm waiting for my better to take over. And the little halfling guy goes, well, you've met him. And the minotaur kind of laughs a bit. So the short man comes walking over to the table, and he kind of looks around. And are you guys at your own table, or are you staying near this one?
I like think we're at our own table.
Your own table? Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys are at your own table. Are you near that table or no?
I'm like where I can see the stick, but I'm not like super close to the stick. I'm just watching the stick and ignoring
Gotcha.
it.
So you're not trying to be central to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then nothing happens with you guys. He comes upwards and just kind of picks up the thing. And he turns randomly and he finds some elf and just goes, and he's going to roll for it. So here's my first roll of the game. And as long as you roll below your skills, you're good in this. D100. Let me copy that out because I'm using it a lot. Boom, 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 boom. And 54. It worked. All right. So the elf that got hit has no innate abilities or skills or anything like that to defend himself. Looked like just a fisherman out for a quick drink. And he's there, and all of a sudden, and he kind of flops down on the floor and literally starts flopping. He's a fish now. So the guy looks at the wand and says, I feel the power in this. Thank you so much. Now the mage, now without his wand, stands up and says, No. You're using this to harm people. You didn't even ask. You didn't even check. Without his permission, you assaulted. I cannot have this. This power is not yours. And the short man says, too late, and kind of shoves it in his sash. And then walks out, snaps his fingers, and the Minotaur comes after. So they're walking toward the exit.
Is the man still a fish?
Yeah, fish guy's flopping around. The barmaid rushed over and goes, Oh God, what should we do? Does anyone have water? Well, we can throw him outside in the water. And his friends there actually think that's a good thing to do, so they're kind of picking him up and carrying this flopping, panicky fish outside to throw it in the water. Because you are pretty much on the dock's edge, right? So he's going to do that. Hopefully it wasn't a freshwater fish. I didn't even think of that. Who knows?
I raise my stick and I look at the dwarf and I go, Is now a good time to beat him up? The man who took the stick. The lovely stick.
Yeah, the dwarf will call out to the man with the stick and say, Hey, change that fish back into the man he was.
That sounds so funny. Let's see. He kind of looks back at you and says, You can do it, and just kind of keeps walking away.
I charge him with my stick that has a knife taped to it.
Honk! Okay, so the goose attacks. Dwarf, are you in this too?
Yeah, the dwarf will fire with his crossbow.
Now
when
remember,
ready.
he's with a Minotaur.
I still smack him with my stick.
Here we go.
Nothing
Let's
nothing
roll.
a dwarven crossbow can't deal with.
There you go. Let's roll. See who goes first. I'm gonna roll for the guy. Guy's roll. The short guy's roll.
Ooh.
Short guy's roll is
Higher the better or lower the better?
higher the better. Whoa, Goose is super quick. Oh, you inched him out. And Minotaur roll is pretty stinking bad. He's one step behind. He just kind of takes his maul off of his shoulders really slow. All right, so the goose in Goose's Fury gets to go first. So what do you want to do, Miss Goose?
I'm gonna smack the wand guy with my stick.
One guy does not seem to have any kind of armor on. The Minotaur does have leather armor on.
That's a hit for 6 damage.
That's huge. He's okay, great. He's not going to do any kind of dodge spells whatsoever on there. He's just he looks like he's about half downed. He's like, How dare you! How dare you! He's pretty put out by that. And it's actually his turn now. So he's gonna go.
No, it's not.
That's the
Oh, I'm
dwarf.
sorry, dwarf goes.
And then the dwarf will fire a crossbow bolt.
You can do it. Go for it. See if you can
Tells
take him
me
out.
you better roll good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I mistyped that.
Huh? I'm not seeing it. Oh, it's a miss. Oh, 35.
Nope.
I hit it.
35, that's 4 damage.
That's 4 damage. He is down to 10. He's minus 10. He is still standing. This guy's got some skills. He's badly
there a cut?
wounded. He's like, oh, good. What the hell? And he tries to pull the bolt out of his stomach. What's that?
Is there a cover system in this, or no?
A cover system? Yeah, it's just pretty much if you're behind things, it's pretty much whatever percent you're behind. So if
Can
you
I
get
kick
about,
over the table and use this cover?
yeah, we'll give you about 50% cover. if you want to do that. You want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do
So,
that.
boom, you knock over a table and you're behind it. Awesome. So that works. So you're about, let's call it 15, 20 feet away, roughly around that. And now it is the guy's turn. So he's like, ugh, yeah. And he sees the dwarf all protected by cover, but the goose is right up on him, smacking away. So he's like, you damn dinner. And he's just going to try his spell out on that. Now, what did I roll the first time for this actually counts? I forget what he
You rolled
rolled.
a 53 left.
53, thank you. Okay. So 120
Wait, let me make sure.
minus 53. And here's how the magic
54.
works. Oh, cool. So here's how the magic works. He's using major magic. So major magic. And he rolled a 54. His skill, I'll go ahead
previously
and tell
use
you,
major
is
magic?
120. What's that?
He previously used major magic?
Yeah, he turned the guy into a fish. He ended him. So what's left on that is 64. So 64 left. So if he gets a 64 left, you are fishy. So he's going to try his last of the major magic on it. Every time you use major magic,
Become a
it
different
decreases
kind
by
of
that
dinner.
amount that you roll. No, it decreases by that amount that you roll. So here he goes on you. So here we go. Good luck. Boom. It doesn't work.
Hey.
It just, nothing happens. He's like, oh damn. Wand. He kind of smacks his hand trying to get it to work. The Minotaur, however, goes, it's not good. The Minotaur is going to come over and he's going to charge the dwarf and he's going to kick, boom, at the table right in front of you. He's trying to basically kick through the table and mash the dwarf with the table. So I'm going to give him a minus on that of about 30% on there because he's trying to bash through it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for
Dwarf
him.
meat tape.
What's that?
How does having a skill over 100 work?
Okay, if you got, say, 120, right? You get a 100% chance to hit. Boom, just perfect, right? You'll hit, unless you roll super like a 1. But you get a 100% chance to hit. And anything over, you can add to it. Like 120 is 2 points over. So you add 2 to whatever damage you rolled. For level 42, it's 5 points plus the 2, so it's 7. So you can take people out really, really good. Minotaur is just 100% for his base attack for the hooves. So he is coming up and just kind of boom and trying to bash the thing. So actually you get the 50% cover, don't you?
50% cover and 40% armor.
Good. So
So
there's-
Does he add that to his roll?
nope, the
Can I
cover is
just add them
different.
together?
Nope, cover is different than the armor. The armor decreases the damage. So here we go to see he's trying to hit you, smacking through his leg, impacts with it and misses barely. Splinters out, just the table breaks in two, but the splinters missed you. The hoof missed you.
Oh, I see. So cover just decreases his amount.
Chance to hit, yes.
Alright.
Yep, and
Yeah.
armor decreases the damage. Because body shape is still body shape, so yeah. Alright, so you guys are alive. That's pretty delightful. The angry goose goes. The
I
awesome
hit him
goose.
again.
Go for it. See if you can take him out. You do,
3
3
damage.
more points. He's taken 10 so far, right? Oh!
Yeah.
He's got no armor on, and he's got no dodge skills, so he gets hit, and he goes, "Ugh, God!" As your club hits him in the head, and he's, "Ugh, ugh," and he falls. Boom. The wand
I
rolls.
pick up the stick in my mouth.
Oh! The duck immediately picks up the stick in the mouth. The
What'd you call me?
The Minotaur. Well, actually, I'm
My
sorry,
turn.
dwarf turn. Yep. The
The
Minotaur is
Fishman
undamaged.
The Fishman revert to his regular form.
No, the Fishman did not. His
Are the
friends.
dwarves still there that were with him?
Yeah, they actually kind of carried him out and they're throwing him in the water now. They're trying to do that. You can't quite see in the water, but you do hear splashes, and it sounds like he's okay, kind of, unless a bigger fish comes along.
Was this person an elf, or was it a regular human?
He was an elf,
Okay.
and he
Are
got
the dwarves still here?
yeah. Well, no, they went outside with him to throw him in.
Are they within ear's reach or sound's reach?
Yeah, you can hear him chatting outside and being very angry at things.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to try to call out to them. It's like whatever this game's version of a free action is, if that's alright.
Sure, absolutely, of course. So what do you want to say?
And yell to them to you lot, come fight for your brother.
Death of the wizard! They come charging in. They come charging
I
Yeah,
in.
have
the dwarf
already
also-
smacked this barbarian down.
They see the goose
the
with a
other
stick and say, "Oh, we heard about you." And they see the Minotaur, and they come up to the Minotaur, and they fell short of the Minotaur because I didn't mean to put that as a joke, but they do fall short of the Minotaur. And they're looking up at this big Minotaur, 8 feet tall, and they're little dwarfs. And she's like, you better get out of here. And Minotaur goes, right. Minotaur goes over, scoops up the short man, puts him on the shoulder, ducks, and walks out.
Oh,
and starts walking into the night. Oh, yeah, that's what's going on, but you can do anything you want to.
Yeah, but are they just going to let the...
Yeah, they don't want to attack... They don't want to attack the Minotaur. That's what they're trying to avoid.
Cowards!
Yeah, cowards. I'm actually going to yell to the Minotaur. Beast, halt! We need your master to help their...
We can't help. He's asleep.
Then we'll wait till he's awake.
Minotaur turns to go.
I'll fire into the Minotaur.
Woo! Here we go. All right, go for it.
I'm pretty sure the goose can take on the Minotaur.
Can do
Oh, that's hilarious.
Wait, actually, he'll
Oh,
auto hit
Shot goes wild. Shot goes wild. I was
then I guess
I was thinking about working like a 1 or 2 as an automatic miss or something like that, but I don't know. But other than that, it's just a hit. All right, so goes wild. Minotaur's going to ignore it and just kind of walk out. Goose, you're going to attack or no?
So Minotaur is going to auto hit every time.
Minotaur is good, unless you roll like a 1 or 2. I think we'll have that for like effectively a miss, just no matter what. Minotaur is good. Now keep in mind, Minotaur could divide it, like 50% attack, 50% defend or something.
So the dwarf should still have percentage left, shouldn't he? Because he only put 60% towards his crossbow, and he has like 10% left over for his
For ale magic, yeah.
Well, I can still use ale magic as well.
If you wanted to, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that, so I'll try to use my last 10% to make the Minotaur blind drunk.
Okay, go for it. No, close. He and he continues on. So, yeah. All right, so he goes on. The dwarves kind of turn back and look apologetic. He's like, oh yeah, he's a big man. He's got horns, sharp horns, and they're better than we are, friend. Ale's on me if that's all right with you. So he kind of does that thing on there.
All right,
that's a ballad. All right, so.
Yep, you'll take the ale.
Gotcha.
Right.
The 2 dwarves kind
of stick out of my mouth and then plunge my beak into ale.
And then what? The beak is up. Okay, so you're drinking in your bizarro, splashy way. Barmaid comes up, kind of dampens the area around you, kind of fixes that a bit. The wizard comes over and sits next to both of you and says, "That is well done. It was not behaving properly. That was well done. However, I do still need the wand back. You're not the ones. But thank you, though." And the 2 elves, the elf couple with them, says, "Yes, very, very nice. Very well done." And the one girl turns to the guy and says, "What do you think, dear? Would they be suitable?" He says, "Well, maybe so, maybe so." I think it leans forward and says, We're traveling to the south. I'm not sure if you've been to the south, but..." And he kind of looks at the goose and says, "I'm not sure where you've been, but we'd like to travel south. We're in Prydain now. We'd like to go to Levington. It's about 2 weeks on the road. My wife does not like sea travel, so 2 weeks on the road. So if you'd like to, would you like to be our escorts?"
I'm still eyeing the stick.
Nope. Oh, the stupid D&D bond is back. How do I get out of that? I don't know.
How much will the pay be?
Well, let's see. What do you think, dear? And they kind of chat for a moment on there. Says I could do 20 gold each by the time we get there safely. We get inside the gates of the city, we pay you then.
It sounds good to me. What do you
We'll
think?
do it for 25 as compensation
Alrighty.
for the stick.
Hang on, I gotta look up the city again. What was it called? Levington, okay. Alright. He kind of looks a bit. Go ahead and roll. Higher is the better for skills. If you get like a persuasion or charm or any kind of skill like that, you can add it to it.
How
Higher the better.
charismatic is a goose?
Don't know. Find out.
Eh,
So. He's like, well, Sir Goose, if there's any combat, you'll be adequately compensated. How's that?
First, I must make a stop back at my friends. I promised them a tea set.
Oh, it
Then
sounds
shout the
terribly civilized of you, Miss Goose. So be it.
Oh, of course.
Can we leave tomorrow morning, though? Could you do this tonight?
That is acceptable.
Very well.
And you, dwarf?
And the one girl, elf girl, gets up, says, excuse me, I've got to fix the fish. And the guy goes, oh, of course, of course. So she goes outside, and basically they round up the fish person, and she does her whole, essentially dispel magic and brings him back to normal. So that's a good thing. And then he gets pulled out of the water by his friends, all angry and shaking the water off, and he joins you guys in the tavern after a while, drinking angrily and having some kind of persecution complexes. But yeah, interesting.
Fear not. That barbarian meant the blunt end of my stick.
Is it really? Good. Nice animal. Well done. So he's a little bit happier about that. He's just happy to be alive, basically, on that. And eventually they all kind of leave. Things start to thin out as the night goes by. Some people are there for the hardcore drinking. Some people are there just drinking and chatting. A couple looks very happy, kind of drinking and chatting over on one side. And you do notice that this kid comes in. Kid looks pretty poor, just dressed in like ripped up, essentially t-shirts and some cheap shoes on and stuff. Comes running in with this little pouch. Hey, go ahead and roll. Let's do the whole perception roll thing here. The higher the better.
8.
I see
Never
their-
mind. So some kind of pouch he goes over and gives to the girl while she's talking to the guy, and you missed the details on that part completely, so that's okay. Alright, so the guy and the girl elf who've been talking to you, and the guy all in white, kind of take their leave, and he says, we'll meet right here tomorrow morning, and we'll take off, and we'll head to the city. And we're looking forward to the journey. Thank you both very much. You seem to have good hearts. Dinner's on me, and he puts like 5 gold pieces on at the table, and then kind of departs.
How classy! And I proceed to devour whatever food we have in front of us.
Awesome. So eat like a goose and drink like a dwarf that can't get drunk. So yes.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm
that
also
happens.
gonna go visit the ogre to give him the tea set.
It is late at night. You okay with that? It's a bit outside of town. Might be dangerous.
Goose fears nothing.
Of course, Goose doesn't. All right. Is Goose going with dwarf?
If dwarf wants.
Just to make sure, you're going to give your tea set to the ogre right now?
Yeah.
Then the dwarf will just continue drinking his ale at the tavern.
Gotcha. All right. The barmaid comes over there and says, "Are you sure you're feeling okay, Master Dwarf?" And pours some more into your very large tankard now because they know you now. So it's a very large tankard on that.
Oh,
If
I'm
you're doing
quite fine,
okay.
just bring you the drinks.
So, as you wish. She's kind of like stressed about that. I see Polar Bear. Alright, so Polar Bear's watching. That's kind of fun. Okay, so she does. She keeps bringing the drinks, and you're basically all alone there. So you're sitting there. It's starting to close down. You see a couple of people walking in there. The guy and the girl that were there earlier, they seem to have some kind of argument going on right now. She showed him whatever was in the pouch. Some kind of argument's going on. But that's about it that's going on at the moment. Meanwhile, we'll jump to the Goose trek. So Goose is out there walking. And Goose goes walking over to the ogre's place. You hear a howl in the moonlight. It's not quite a full moon. Probably will be tomorrow. But you hear a howl in the moonlight. Hey, go ahead and roll your perception here. Let's see what happens.
Oh wow!
Dang, those howls are coming closer. The wolf is stalking you.
How many wolves?
To make it nice, let's just do one. So wolf is stalking you. Just a lone wolf for some reason.
I pick up the ground stick and I chuck it in the direction of the wolf.
You pick
I
up a
imagine
stick.
I don't know like exactly where this is.
All right, so the stick goes off into the ground. Go and roll your stick intimidation, see if you scare wolf off. Not really. Okay. So the wolf.
That was. Does that hit?
No, it's an intimidation thing. You don't even see the wolf yet. But now the wolf comes into sight and comes kind of slowly walking up there. Wolf is
smack him with my
very
stick.
hungry, and the wolf leaps at you. So let's roll. See who goes first. Wolf versus goose. I know who I'd bet on.
Is this initiative?
It is. Neither of you guys have any bonuses to that. Dang! Wolf goes first. Okay, so the wolf's gonna attack. Good luck! I actually have a wolf in my rules on there. That's kind of fun. See if we can find Wolfie. Actually built a wolf. How funny. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. Anyway, so Wolfie attacks. Wolfie's got a 40%. Here we go. Boom. Wolfie chunk, snaps at you and misses. So Wolfie missed. You are up.
Barbaric creature!
You smack. You hit the goose. The goose hit for 1 point.
I hit him.
Yeah, for 1 point. Right. So Wolf is smacked for a point.
Can it be like on the nose?
Wolf's got 20%
booped him
armor.
really hard on
Wolf's
the
got
nose.
20% armor and wiliness and didn't help. Yeah, you booped him on the nose. He snarls and bites at you. I'm not very grateful for that one. Wolf misses again.
Oh, that misses.
Oh, barely, huh? Wolf attacks you again. Wolf hits you for 3 points. It's a good bite on your leg, your little thin, scrawny leg.
Let's check my armor.
No.
Oh, no.
Do you want to parry or no?
No, not yet. I'll just smack him.
Gotcha. Okay, so Wolfie attacks again. Rawr. And
No, that's my turn.
you're right. Go for it.
I smack him for another 3 damage.
Nice. Okay, Wolf has got 6. Wolf is half downed. So, not bad. Wolfie attacks again. 5. Hit for
Wait,
1
Wolf
point.
has 4 damage on him.
I thought you did 3. You did 4?
Because I did 1 earlier, and then that does.
You're
3.
right. You're right.
So
You're
he
right.
has
You're right.
4.
You're right. You're right. Wolf's hurting. Wolf's okay, but Wolf's hurting. Wolf got you for a point. Ow.
Oh wow, my armor
Not
missed it by
quite.
1.
Barely misses right above the shield. Got you in your feathers.
I'll smack him again.
Okay.
7
You
damage.
Did 7 damage. Bam! You smack onto the wolf. Wolf falls. You flattened the wolf. You did it.
Well, I never.
This goose is turning out to be a pretty tough character. Isn't that funny? So the goose goes over and walks over toward the ogre pits. Everything is quiet in there. You see the glowing coals of some embers that had been burning, but are no longer. Didn't put out the fire properly, but still kind of glowing red under the starlit sky. It's a very kind of eerie setting. You sense the warmth coming in there. You do hear the low of an ogre sleeping.
Oh, Mr. Ogre, dear friend. Sorry to wake you.
Goose! And comes forward and picks you up and hugs you. My friend! Yes,
Hello there, good friend.
What? It's so late. Have you eaten?
Yes, I apologize for waking you up at this hour, but I am going to be departing town come tomorrow,
Oh.
and it will likely be a while before I come back.
Oh!
So, and I didn't want to leave you without any tea sets. This is all they had at the market. I know it's not fine china, but it should do. And I pull out the...
Awesome, awesome. So he kind of looks like, oh, and he unwraps it, and he sees these nice, wonderful wooden things. He also, it's so beautiful. And tears start flowing in this big old ogre's eyes, and he's just moved by this. And he looks at it and he holds it. Oh, you must have some too. And puts a cup in front of you and pantomimes the whole pouring of the tea as he does this little ceremony. And says, this
A toast to my good friend Goose.
Oh, you delightful friend.
Have some more.
And he pours some more tea in there, and he's a very, very happy ogre right now as you guys continue your tea party for about another hour. So that's wonderful. He even offers you fake cakes and crumpets too, so very wonderful tea party.
Does this count as a short rest?
No, there's no such thing as a short rest. You gotta sleep.
Oh, I just don't have health, okay.
Right.
Goose, you're wounded.
Yes. Might I take a rest here?
Oh, sure. By the coal,
Much
it's warm.
appreciated.
Not too close. Don't cook your goose.
Anyway.
I have no intention of becoming dinner like those barbarians.
Oh,
you
never,
say.
never. Who did this to you? Who should I kill?
Oh, I know, dear friend. And I guess I'll spend the night there.
All right.
So you guys do, and you're very safe. And you wake up the next day, and it's very early. You realize you have to get in town fast if you want to catch the envoy going south. Very small envoy, you'll see.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll get up in time to make it back to town.
Okay. So you do, and
Bye. Thank you so much, friend.
you did a good
Farewell,
thing.
dear friend.
There you go. So you go and you head on back to town. Don't really see much this morning there. And you do get back to town. So you do see the two who are ready to go. And it's Artreem and Lily. I'd like to write it down. There we go. Artreem and Lily, the elves heading south on that. And I already know Lily has dispel magics of some type, so that's good. And you go back to the bar, and they're there. They're very eager. They're very rested. They're very festive. Actually, she's got this nice, fancy, wide-brimmed hat. Looks like she's all dressed up. And she goes, "Oh, splendid! You're here. Hello, Goose. Hello, Dwarf." And Dwarf, did you get any sleep, or were you just kind of there the whole time?
Well, wait, has it been an entire day?
Yeah. Do you want to do anything else that night, or?
Oh, I guess I would go rest at wherever we're sleeping.
Okay.
Where the room is.
Fair enough. So you go to your room and you get some good sleeps. And Duck had some sleep at the other place. So you come down and you see Duck walk into...
What'd you just
Sorry,
call
Goose.
me?
So you see Goose walk into the tavern too. So now you guys are all there, which is good. And, yeah. So you see the two elves there. They're very happy. "Oh, he's splendid. So glad you could make it. So glad you could make it. And now, let us be off. Goodbye, fine establishment." The same barmaid looking a little tired. Bye. Have a good trip. So he was walking out. "Come, dear." And he holds out his hand. She takes it. You walk out into the streets there. And into the street, this dock, essentially, to the back. Goes to the back. And there is a carriage. A carriage. A full, like, Cinderella-style carriage. So it is literally a fancy carriage.
How classy.
"Why, yes," she says, and puts her hand on your fluffy shoulder, and says, it is your fluffy shoulder, your feathered shoulder." And says, it is, actually, it's quite delightful, but that's not for you, those are for you." And there's two little ponies out there for you guys to ride.
Oh, how quaint and all going out
So
to...
there you go, so it's two ponies for you guys to ride. Alright. So they've got the carriage with this driver. There's a carriage driver. What do you call them? Carriage drivers, I guess. So carriage driver, and you guys have, it's just a regular guy, and looks a bit sleepy, long beard. And you guys have the ponies. The driver's like, "Alright, we're heading out there. Have you made this trip before?" "Oh, well, then just stay close. You'll be fine. If something moves, kill it, and then we're fine." "Right then." And the carriage takes off. It's a rounded carriage, just beautiful thing. High wheels, really just elaborate and lovely looking. Crosses your minds that thing's probably worth quite a bit. So, yeah. So, they take off. They're ready for their adventure. They're looking through the windows, occasionally pulling the curtains and giggling, occasionally opening the curtains and looking outside. Say, "Oh, lovely, wonderful," and so forth. And, yeah. So, the driver's name is Aubrey. And they're constantly calling out, "Oh, Aubrey, a little to the left, a little to the right. Oh, pause for just a moment, Aubrey. Oh, can't you watch the potholes in the road, Aubrey?" Things like this. So that goes on.
Backseat driver much?
Yeah, they do. So the day begins, and you guys go wandering out, and the driver's there, and you guys have these two little ponies that you're riding on as you make this trek. Alright, so we'll start off, and it's a fairly common road. But I have a few encounters. I want to introduce you to a couple of different things going on. So while you're going on, and you do camp out along the side of the road from time to time on this, where you have to keep watch. First day and first night, you don't really see too much out of the ordinary. People coming in with their bits and things to trade, some people running some spices from here and there. The place you just came from is pretty popular for that. So they're doing the trading route on this. The second day, however, you do see a kind of a different group coming up. And this group has a wagon. And in the wagon, you've got... I'm calling them deer folk. There are going to be 4 deer folk on this, complete with a whole antler set like this. So 3 deers with antlers, and one of the deers does not have antlers. She's the big doe eyes. She's the doe on there. The wagon seems to be driving itself. It's got 2 horses, but no one seems to be steering it. It's just kind of following them. It is a covered wagon, not with a Constanoga, whatever those wagons are thing, but just with a tarp basically over it, concealing whatever is in it. One of the deer riders, actually not riders, deer walkers, they've got hooves. They move very fast on their own. He kind of comes trotting up to you and kind of skids to a halt, kind of showing off like that. He's got the bow on his back, and he's got the axe also. And he looks up with these large, unblinking yellow eyes. And he speaks to the both of you. He says, "You're the guards. What are they carrying? Who's in that exceptionally fancy... Kevin, is there a princess in there?"
How rude! You don't even bother introducing yourself first!
A talking goose. I'm so sorry, Miss Goose. Goose it is.
Almighty Goose!
I'm Labry. It's good to meet you. And I'm in charge of this caravan here.
Charmed.
Good to meet you as well. So, what is in there? And you hear, of course, from there, "Aubrey, why are we stopping? Why are we stopping?" And have the map, just some people, your friends are carrying it. Oh no. Okay, Sir Dwarf.
Yeah, sorry, I see ya. I had to take off.
No problem. Have a great night. I think we should stop now because I don't want you to die, Miss Goose.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be bad.
So we'll be logging
Do
off.
not leave the goose unchecked. There will be deaths on both sides.
You must check the goose often or else it'll become overcooked. Alright. So thanks for playing, guys.
Really, cooked my goose here.
Signing off. Good night, all. Cool. Thank you much. Have a great night. Take care.